Okay, so in the last video, we have seen how to install MySQL Server and MySQL Workbench. And now we'll see the basics of MySQL. What are different commands that are to be utilized to run the queries. So this part we have already done. Yes, I hope you all got this MySQL in your systems. Now let's see different commands on it. So first thing, the languages of databases. First thing is the languages of databases. So here the thing, there are four types of languages that you have to remember. The first one is data definition language, that is DDL. Second one is data manipulation language, that is DML. So data definition is all about building the structure, creation first, changing the structure or dropping any column, basically again the structure of the table. Yes. So it's all about the structure, creation of the table, alteration, drop. These three commands, remember, they are part of DDL. Then DML, you are working on the data. Basically, you are manipulating the data, inserting some new data, retrieval, selecting the data, update the data, and delete. Okay, so you're changing the data inside the table. Then control, data control language. Data control language means you are granting some access, permissions, or taking away some permissions. So these two commands will work there. Transaction control like commit and rollback. That means you are committing some transaction and you want to roll back to the previous phase of that transaction, rollback. So basically these are different languages that we have to remember right now, and we are going to use them one by one. What are they? How they are going to utilize in the queries. We will see them one by one and some more commands will come up. So I hope you got this one. Let us go further and check out more about this. Okay, so like first one is about the database. So first you have to create the database. Okay, and then you will create the table. So that is DDL command. So how it will work in our MySQL, you have to create database and then you have to give the name of the database. Create database, database name. That is the meaning. Now I want to showcase some other things also, but they will come gradually in all the languages. So first one is DDL and first command is create command. How it will work? Create database, database name. That is database name, any name you want to give. Okay, and then after creation of this you have to use that database name. Okay, you have to use that database, so with its name you will use it, and then after that you will create the table. So this is a syntax for the creation of a table. So like for an entity we have done, now entity name is your table name, and then your attributes are your columns name as we have discussed. So create table, table name, this is your table name, and then its first attribute SID, which is data type is integer, and we are making it as a primary key. So to make any column as a primary key, we have to write in the syntax only it is a primary key. Then it will take it as a primary key. Then name, its data type is varchar. Varchar is variable character. Variable character. So it is combination of both numbers and characters. Okay. Okay, that is the thing. So that's a varchar. We have taken department again, varchar we have taken. So, and why not null? It should not be null. That is one constraint we have added over here, not null constraints. So this column cannot be empty. That is the thing. Primary key, it should be unique and not null identifier. It is by default. It cannot be null if it is a primary key. Okay. Then we have added one more attribute, age, integer. So in this way, you have to give the command and it will work in the MySQL. Okay. So I will showcase this thing to you, but first you have to understand this is your what? Create command. This is your create command. This is your first command of definition language. Create command. Okay. So that is the thing. The next command is alter command and drop command. Okay. So alter, you want to change, or you want to change the structure of the table. You can say you want to add a new column. Okay, so what we are doing here, here we are adding a new. So here we want to change the structure. Yes. So what is happening in this one? See, alter table student. We want to alter the table student. Okay. That is this is our syntax. Alter table student. We want to add a new column and its name is email. Add email, that is column name, and its data type. Varchar 60. That is the thing. So that is your syntax. Okay. If you want to change the column type, okay, then what you will do, alter table student, modify age, modify column name, and its data type, we have changed it from integer to small integer. Okay, that is the thing. So that we have to do. Now next one is drop. Drop means remove. We want to again change the structure of the column. Sorry, change the structure of the table. So we want to suppose remove one column. Okay, then what will happen? This is the syntax. Alter table student, drop column email. We want to remove this column email. Okay, so how to check whether what is the progress? So how to check what is the data inside or what is the structure? Okay, so that also we can do. Okay, so to check the data, some commands will come, and to show the tables, some commands will come. Okay, that I'll show to you in the MySQL while working on this complete data set. Okay, so remove the whole table. To remove the whole table, drop table, table name, that is student column. So data will be gone forever. So that is the thing. Fine. So drop table will remove the structure. But delete command that will come further, it will remove the rows. So it will work on the data. So right now we are working on the structure, that is DDL. That is DDL command. Okay. So that is the thing. So let's move further and understand the next one. DML command. Now we want to insert some data. Okay. Into the table created. So what will happen in this one? We will work on insert into table name. That is our command. Insert into, you have to give for sure. Then you have to give table name. And then you have to give its attributes, SID, name, department, and age. Then you have to give the values. So together we are adding three rows. So first value, SID is 1, name is Ravi, department CSC, age is 19. In the same way, SID 2, name Priya, department EC, age 20. In this way, the third one. So you have to give the values. Then your table will look like this. This will be your table. Okay. Okay, so you'll see that in demo, how to run these commands in the MySQL. MySQL Workbench or MySQL server. First, I'll show you in the server how to run them. Okay, now next one. Next command in the DML command is select command. So it is the most utilized command. If you want to show, if you want to see all the rows and columns from the table, then what you will do? You will have one command, select command. Select star from student, from table name. That is select star from table names. Star means all. And this is your table name. Okay. Then after that, select specific columns. Then you have to give the column name. Select name and department column from student. Okay. Then some filtered rows if you want to see, like with some conditions. Then what you have to do? Then you will write select star from student where. With where clause, you will write the condition where department is CSC. Then it will just display the data of the CSC rows. That is the thing. Okay, so I hope you got it. Let us see further. Next command, next two commands in DML are update and delete. Okay, so if you want to suppose change some existing row in the data, so you want to update the student and you want to change the age, okay, of some student, then how will you do that? Then this is the syntax. Update table name. You will use a keyword set. It is must with update. Set age, that is column name, as 21, where is must, then with condition where SID is 2. Then Priya's age will change to 21. That is the thing. Okay. Then another command is delete command. You want to delete some specific row. Then what you will do? Delete from table name. So you'll write down first delete from, it is must. Then it is table name, again table name. Where condition, this is your condition, where SID is 3, then it will delete the complete row of Ahmed. Ahmed's data will be deleted. Okay, so that is the thing, guys. So what is happening? We have just discussed creation, that is definition language, and the manipulation language. And we have just discussed some commands like create, alter, drop for DDL. And for DML, we have discussed select, update, delete. So we will see them, how they work. So this is a complete workflow in one story. Create database college. That is the database name. It makes a database. Create table student. It will define the structure DDL. Insert into. It will add the data DML. Select star from student. Read the data from the complete table. Update student. Set where it will change the row and delete. Remove the row. That is the thing. So from exam point of view, theoretically, what can be asked? Explain DDL, DML commands, differentiate between drop, delete, and there is one more command, truncate. So that I'll tell you. So what is truncate command and what is delete command? We are going to see that in demo and I'll showcase that to you. Okay. So it is a very much wide question between these three things, drop, delete, and truncate. So write SQL to create a table with some constraints, then insert some rows. Why is where critical in update and delete. Okay. So for the condition purpose. So this is from the exam point of view. Okay, so now coming on to this part, what will happen in delete and truncate? Okay, so what will happen in drop? Drop will remove the whole table. Delete will remove rows. Yes, and truncate will remove all rows. Okay, that is the thing. So truncate is not going to remove the structure of the table. That you have to remember. That is the main thing to remember. Drop will remove the structure of the table also. But truncate will just remove the rows. It will not remove the schema of the table. That will remain. Okay. Structure is kept or not? No. Complete table is gone. And in truncate, yes, structure will be kept. In delete also, structure will be kept. Where is allowed or not? In drop, no. Where clause is not allowed. In delete, yes. In truncate, no, it is not allowed. It is DDL, it is DML, and truncate is again DDL. So now DDL is having 4 commands. DDL is having 4 commands. So DDL is having 4 commands. Create, alter, drop, truncate. Okay. So that's the thing, students. So that is for you. Now I want to showcase to you how does it work. How does it work in your MySQL server? And before that, before going to Workbench or MySQL server, this is for you. Okay. You have to create a database called library that I've shown to you in the previous video. In installation also, library management, you have to create one table book and its attributes are BID, integer, which is a primary key, title, varchar, and price. Okay. You have to insert 3 books of your choice, select only books with price greater than 500, update one book's price, then delete another. So these questions we have to do, and that I will showcase to you in the Workbench or MySQL server. Okay, so let's see that. Okay, let's see that part now. How to create this table library, database library, then table book and BID, title and price. Then we have to insert 3 books and we have to select only those books with the price 500, greater than 500. And then we have to update one book's price and delete another. Okay, so that we are going to do. And what we can do is that I will showcase to you in the Workbench and MySQL server, and that I will keep as a now. Okay, so let's open that one and let's work on MySQL. So, okay, here it is shown as Workbench. So you can practice on Workbench. So I can show it on Workbench also. Both ways it will work fine. So it is the same thing that we were working on. So we have already created one database. So let us create one database first. Create database library. I hope you know that we have already done that earlier. Then we have to run it. So database library is being created. Okay. Then after that, we have to create one table. So before creation of table, you have to use the database, use library as we have done. So it will use the library. Okay. So user library is executed. After that, you have to create a table. Create table book, and its attributes are BID, integer, title, and this one we are keeping as primary key. And then title we are keeping as variable character with 40, let's say. And then price we are keeping as integer. Okay, so that is it. So let's run this one. So this table is being created. Let me try one more command in this. Um, um, so it works. Yeah. So it came. So this is one more query that I wanted to show to you. It will just show you the structure of the table. Okay. So the table name is book. Yes, it will showcase that to you. Describe table book. So which tables? Um, you can run one more command also. Show tables. Let me see that one also. So we have tables in the library database. Only one table we have right now. It is book. Now we want to insert some data into this table. Let us do that. Insert into book, that is table name. And if even if you will not give the there are two ways actually. With book you can give the column names, that is BID, title, price. After that, values. With values I'm giving it as BID 101, title as DBMS, and price as suppose 600. Okay, so let me create one first and then let me run it. So that is done. Okay, okay. So title, yeah. So in title you have to give it in. Yes, so that is the thing. So okay, so I'm running it. So now it is done. So let us run this query again. Okay, fine. Then let's run this query again. And I want to insert some more values. Okay, fine. So I want to insert 102 and this time data structures and book prices suppose 700. So run the query. So it is affected. So that's done. Now I want to showcase whether the complete data has come or not. So select star from table name, that is book. Okay, I'm running this query. And now you can see this complete table came 101 DBMS 600, 102 DS 700. So that is done. So you have just done creation command DDL. You have just done insert command DML, and I have shown to you some two more commands: show tables, describe table, book. It will show you the structure. Okay. So you can run the same commands in MySQL server also. Okay. So I'll showcase that also to you. Let me see MySQL command line. So in this one also, I have to give the password root and then it's done. Let's create database again, library. So because it is already existing in the workbench, so you can see show databases. So whatever we have created in workbench, it will come here also. Library management, it is already there. So you have to directly use library. So database changed. Okay. Now you have to see show tables. You can see over here. All the tables will appear here. So we have already created book in the workbench because they're linked to each other. Our workbench is communicating with the server only. So you can see book is already available. Now here also you can see describe table book. So you can see over here, it is giving you the complete structure, the schema of the table. Okay. What is its type? What are the partitions? What is the possible keys? Any key is given or not? Okay. So that is the thing. And now I can showcase to you, select star from book. Your complete table will come. So that is the thing. Yes. Okay. So I hope you got this. So in this way, we can work on this. Now we had two more questions that so I hope you can understand. You can work on both ways, MySQL server or MySQL workbench. Both will work in this way only, that your workbench is working like a client which is communicating to the server only. Okay, so this interface is more user friendly. It can give you the complete thing in front of you, so you can utilize this one. So we are left with two more questions that we had in my PPT. So next question is, we have to select those books whose price is greater than 500. Okay, so here, because I have given the price only above 500 only in our data set, so let me insert one more data. Okay, so that is I am adding one more data as 400, and subject as your object oriented programming, and ID as 103. Okay, so let's run it, and then query is affected, and then we can showcase the data again. Select star from book, and then let's see the data again. So this is our data now. Now I want to run a query, select star from book, where price is greater than 500. So I just want to display it only this data where price is 500. So let's run this query, and it will just display two columns. It has removed the object oriented programming book whose price was less than 500. Yeah, so that is the thing. Now there was one another question. The another question is, we want to update the price of one book. Okay, then how will you do that? So you will use update command. Update. Okay, um what do you want to update? That we have to choose first. Okay, so you have to choose. Okay, so what we are going to choose? We are going to choose, okay, which table we are targeting. That is our book table. Update book. Okay, what do you want to change? Set. Then we want to set the price. Set price as, suppose, 800. And then the condition, where BID is, for which book we want to change the price. Suppose I want to change the price for book ID 101. So that is the thing. Okay. Update book, set price 800, where BID is 101. So that is our query. Let's run it. So this query is done, and now let us check whether it has affected our data or not. So select star from book. Let us run that again. So now, yes, so DBMS price has now been updated to 800. Okay, I hope you got this. Now the last question for this video that we have, that I've given. That question is, we want to delete now one entry from the table. So suppose I want to delete the data of data structure. Okay, I want to delete this entry 102. Now what I have to do? Delete. Okay, from table name. Okay, okay, that is where BID is 102. That is our query. Okay, so it has been executed. Now let us see whether it affected our data or not. Select star from book, and let us execute that. And yes, your data structure entry is being deleted. So that's it, students, for today. I hope you got some idea about DDL and DML. These are the basic queries that we have written, and same queries. Now, for the retrieval of the data, we you can practice out with relational algebra and tuple relational calculus and domain relational calculus. So very soon in one video, I am going to give you some practice questions in which we will have answers for all four: relational algebra, tuple relational calculus, domain relational calculus, and SQL. Okay, with this, I'm closing the video and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing.